Chapter 9.1, Probability. So today we're going to start our chapter on probability, and let's start with some basic vocab. So the first is outcome. An outcome is the result of an action. For example, if I flip a coin, I can get heads or I can get tails. Either of these is called an outcome. It's the result, it's what happens. An event is the collection of all of the possible outcomes. So just either heads or tails is the outcome. The event is the two of them combined. I can get heads or I can get tails. There are two possible outcomes in this event. Knowing this, I can find the theoretical probability. Okay, this is in theory. This is using mathematics versus actually taking a coin and flipping it. So the theoretical probability is the probability that some event will happen. And you actually put the event in here. For example, if I wanted to know what is the probability of getting heads, I would actually write the word heads in there. So the probability that an event will happen is the number of favorable outcomes, the number of times I can draw heads, over the total number of possible outcomes. In this case, when I flip a coin, I have two outcomes, heads or tails. So the probability, the theoretical probability, that I would flip a head is 1 to 2, or 1/2. So let's take a look at example number 1. You select a letter at random from the letters shown below, A, B, C, D, and E. Find the probability of selecting a vowel. So I have two vowels. I have A and E. So the probability of selecting a vowel equals 2 outcomes out of 5 possible outcomes. Now, if you'll notice, I can express probability as a fraction, as a decimal, and as a percent. So 2/5 is my fraction, which is the same as 0.4 as my decimal, or 40%. So the chance that I'm going to draw a vowel is 40%, is 4/10, or 2/5. All right. Before we talk about example 2, there's another vocab word that I'd like to include, which is called the complement. Complement. Now, in this case, it does not mean telling someone what you like about them. It is the opposite of something that happens. So for instance, if we go back here, the probability of flipping heads is 1 to 2. The complement of that would be the probability of flipping tails. Now, since there is 1 tails versus 2 possible outcomes, the probability of flipping heads is the same as flipping tails, but these two things are complements. Together, the probability that an event will happen plus the probability of the event not happening is equal to 1. If you have a number that is less likely, it's going to be closer to 0. If it's 0, it will not happen. Impossible. Impossible, not happening. If the likelihood is, or the fraction is equal to 1, it is a certainty. It is absolutely going to happen. There is no other option. Anywhere in between gets you more or less likely. So let's take a look at Juanita's closet here. The picture shows the jeans in Juanita's closet. She selects a pair of jeans with her eyes shut. Find the probability that she gets a dark color. So the probability of getting a dark color is the number of genes that are actually in a dark color, and I'm going to count the blue as dark also. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of jeans out of the total number of pairs of jeans in her closet. So 6, 7, 8. So the probability that she will pull a dark color is 5 to 8. But let's take a look up here to example 3. Referring back to her closet, find the probability that she's going to pull a red pair. Well, looking back at her closet, there are no red jeans. So the probability that she is going to pull a red pair of jeans is 0/8, which is equal to 0, which is impossible. So if we come back to our chart over here, we can see that she had a 0, which is an impossibility. The probability of her getting a dark pair was 5/8, which is just more than half. About here. It's more likely that she's going to get a pair of dark jeans, than a pair of light jeans, but it's definitely not certain. In example 4, find the probability of getting not a dark color. So I'm going to call that a light color. The probability of a light color, she had 3 pairs of light jeans, again out of the 8 total pairs of jeans. So it is a little less likely that she will get a light pair of jeans, but it is still possible. Now please notice on every one of these that I put not just P for probability, but in parentheses what I was finding the probability of. That is important. And make sure you pay attention to the directions on whether your answer needs to be as a fraction, as a decimal, or as a percent. Okay? That's it for examples today. Complete your quick checks in CYUs, and I will see you the next time I see you.